Would you have traded Vince Scully for Chris Sale straight up? I mean, Vince Scully's not coming back, and Chris Sale's only 27. Coming to you pre-tape from the Best Coast Show studios. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, Yasiel Puig is no longer on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Not as of this moment, he is not. This is not something that, well, we kind of thought he wasn't going to be on the Dodgers, but some weird things occurred yesterday. We're going to talk about those. Albert, today's a Dodgers show. The Dodgers are 59 and 46, 2 games back of the Giants. We're 2.5 up in the wild card, which is really great. Talk about the hashtag Puig your friend. Big splash trades. Did we make any big splash trade? That's a big question. And then some little updates maybe on Kershaw, Ethier on the DL or coming off the DL. Is that going to even happen at all? So we also have a guest, Albert, today.
We do have a guest. Guys, joining us live, but pre-tape for you guys at home via the magic of the Skype is our good friend, Dodger Reddit, Taylor Nielsen, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Joining us from all the way in Las Vegas. Let's talk about this Yasiel Puig saga. I've been, proponent of trading this guy for the last 3 years. I thought we were actually going to trade him. Ken Rosenthal reports that there was like this giant explosion yesterday because they said, listen, bro, we're either going to trade you or send you to the minors. And allegedly, he was at the stadium, blew up, stormed off, wasn't allowed to be on the bus. But then it turns out that Mr. Rosenthal was misinformed. He, like the professional that he is, went online, apologized. Yasiel Puig came out and said, bro, don't worry about it. I'm still your friend. And at first I was enraged, just like you were enraged, because I was like, whoa, this motherfucker just tanked his stock value.
I blew up Ken Rosenthal. On Twitter yesterday because of everything he said. Because it seems to me like everybody wants something to be wrong with Yasiel Puig, right? Everybody wants something they can say, oh, hey, Puig did this. Oh, hey, Puig did that. They all are looking for something. And for me, like, I've always thought that he's been misrepresented so much, the fact that he doesn't even speak English in his interviews because he doesn't want to be misrepresented that way. So for me, like, I blew him up. But then credit to Rosenthal. He came out and was like, look, I screwed up. And, I mean, credit to Puig for being like, hey, it's cool, too. Because, I mean, he could have really blown up, too.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of, at first I was upset because I was like, man, we couldn't trade this guy. And he only tanked his trade value by storming off. And I overreacted the same way everyone else overreacted. But then it turned out that he was very professional about the situation, which was a misunderstanding. So I was like, oh, good job, Puig. Like, I think in a way that kind of raises his trade value now in the event that we try to get rid of him before the August deadline.
I also have a question, too. Did the Dodgers handle this right? Because apparently they just talked to him on the phone. They talked to his representative. They didn't bring him in the office and talk to him about the game plan. I'm guessing that's going to happen now, but he basically had a phone call saying, we're either trading you or going to the minors. Did the Dodgers handle that okay?
Yes, because it's a business. They want to get the human element out of it. You are a product of their organization. You are a piece of property. You are nothing more than a number. Your employer is not going to treat you as a human being. Your employer is going to say, listen, business is business. Thank you for your time of service. We're sending you down to the minor leagues, and if you get better, and it's not even about him getting better. Let's be honest here. Another outfield's going to get hurt. Another outfielder's going to get hurt, and Puig will be back in the Dodgers lineup in a week.
Taylor, do you think that we're going to see Yasiel back in the Dodgers in the clubhouse in the September call-up or before that, or is this just
it's a month, right? So for me, I think he will be back, but I'm not sure when. I think he very well could be back September, but just like Albert just said, someone's going to get hurt, something's going to happen, and we have the chance to call him back up. Now, look at the last couple times Puig's gone down, right? Or gone to like a rehab assignment and worked some stuff out in AAA. He's come back better every single time. So, I'm kind of the thought, why not give him some time in AAA to kind of work some stuff out? I read something yesterday where Puig's biggest struggle has been hitting fastballs. He's been hitting fastballs at one of the worst rates in the league, and give him a chance to work on some things. Come back in September and fill that extra spot. I mean, I understand kind of where the club's coming from with getting Reddick, but at the same time, like, if he doesn't want to re-sign, if he doesn't want to, continue on after this year, maybe Puig's kind of the backup plan then.
Well, yeah, I mean, we still have him under control for the next 2 years. And Curtis and I were talking before we started filming, we were off camera, about, and I mentioned this before, Yasiel Puig is this freak athlete that has all this God-given talent. And you could put Puig in an NFL uniform on the track field on skates, and he will excel at a sport because he's so freakishly athletically talented.
It's like Bo Jackson.
Yeah. Only Bo Jackson had the IQ to play football and the IQ to play baseball. Yasiel Puig does not have the IQ of a baseball player. He's a great athlete, not a very good baseball player.
Yeah.
So I think him never having played in the minors, really, him allowing him to get that development time, that is going to help him, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully the key word right there.
But, I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, this is a guy who's on every billboard in Los Angeles. He's on the cover of, PlayStation's, MLB, whatever. And here we are, he's going to be a AAA player.
Well,
that can't sit
and that's
well.
No. That I don't give a fuck. Okay, fans at home, understand this. The idea to every year is to win a World Series. Stop getting emotionally attached to a player, okay? Listen, I've never been a fan of Puig because I see him as a baseball player, as a product of what's on our field, and I've never felt that he was this, what everyone felt was going to be this Hall of Famer type guy. Now, in 5 years, I could be wrong, but this is how I felt the last 3 years. But you guys on the internet, you guys are so, D. Gordon, Matt Camp, I love Yasiel Puig. So who cares about how cool they are or what restaurants they hang out at? Your athletes need to perform on the field. Plain and simple, he's not performing. Send him to the minors or fucking trade him. It's that simple. I don't care if he's on the cover of a baseball game. He needs to perform. He's not performing. The goal every year is not to win a division. Fuck the division. We've won the division 4 years in a row. We've not done anything after that. World Series, that is the goal.
But let me...
Puig or no Puig.
I get that.
World Series is the goal.
I get that. But listen, there's a lot of fans that are casual fans. The three of us... We're more than casual fans.
We're not casual. We live and die with our team.
But most people are casual fans, and they want to go out and see Mike Trout hit a baseball far. They want to wear a Trout baseball cap. They want to wear a Puig T-shirt and see him be all goofy and do things. They want to see Hanley Ramirez with his dreads.
I want to see my team win.
We do, but the majority of fans want to put a T-shirt on.
Understand that I'm
just saying.
Okay, people at home, understand that I'm a little more bitter than Curtis because I've never witnessed a World Series victory.
I have.
I'm a little more bitter.
Good.
Okay, I'm a little more bitter.
But it's been 28 years.
Here's the problem calling baseball a business, though. With calling it a business, you also have to have marketable players. And Puig is a very marketable player, especially in LA with the diversity and whatever. And it's like Fernando, right? Fernando Mania was huge in LA partly because, he played well. That really helped.
Yeah,
but
being
also
the Rookie of the Year, the Cy Young winner, the World Series champion.
And I think, when you have baseball players that are marketable, sometimes you're willing to overlook the base running errors because, hey, he's a marketable player. Now, I don't know. With the moves that were made yesterday, I don't know if being marketable is enough now.
Well, they gave him 3 years. They gave him 3 years to make adjustments, and he didn't make the adjustments.
Well, he's making the adjustments at the major league level, just like Jock Peterson is right now, to be honest. And so they're giving Jock Peterson this time to make adjustments. He seems to be making them, though. Puig did not make adjustments. That's the big problem with Puig.
Well, we've never really questioned his defensive ability, his arm, or all that stuff. We always just questioned his base running and his hitting. His base running has gotten better, but he still can't fucking hit. You cannot be the heart of the lineup if you're hitting 230, 240.
Yeah, he can't hit an inside fastball, and he can't hit a slider outside. So that's two of the three pitches they're throwing at him.
But can Reddick do that? Let's talk about trades. Supposedly the Dodgers were going to go big game hunting. We were going to make a big splash.
Yeah.
I don't feel that Fields, Chavez, Hill, who's on the DL, by the way.
Oh, really?
Another pitcher that's on the DL for us, and Reddick are the big splash players.
Listen, Rich Hill, when he throws, he's elite. He's got elite stuff. He's got the chance to be a number one in anywhere else where the number one isn't named Kershaw. And he's had this blister thing going on for a while, been dealing with it. Hopefully he gets over it. He can work past it. Josh Reddick, if he's better than Yasiel Puig, which is what we need in the outfield, we need some sort of production. I feel like there wasn't much the Dodgers needed to do And I understand the big game hunting and going out and trying to get stuff, but man, in the last 3 weeks, I don't know if there's much they needed to do to really get them over the hump into the playoffs, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we, if they're going to get Chris Sale, let's say, they're going to give away their top 4 guys.
Right.
And they didn't give away their top 4 guys. They gave away Grant Holmes and Cotton but they
Jordan
didn't give
Alvarez. Did you see how this trade deadline we were trying to get rid of all the Cubans?
Yeah, now we're
that?
getting rid of Cubans.
Now we're getting rid of all the
We're
Cubans.
getting rid of all of them. But here's the thing with me. I mean, I like that they didn't give away the 4 kids that possibly could make a difference next year on this team. We all know what Urias, can do. We all know what he can do. We all know that De Leon is right behind him, most likely. So, and then I love, Bellinger, of course. He's probably going to, maybe take over for Gonzo in 2 years. So, and then Verdugo is supposed to be as good, if not better, than Jock Peterson in terms of center field. And
is he Cuban too?
No, he's not.
Okay.
So this is good. We didn't give up any of those players. We would have had to give up 2, if not 3, if we go off to Chris Sale or Chris,
my idea.
Is that correct?
My idea for Chris Sale was, hey, Chicago, we'll give you Yasiel Puig. We'll give you De Leon. No, they inquired about Puig. That's how that conversation started.
Okay.
And we will pay for your payroll the next 2 years. That's what I would have done. Cash considerations, baby.
Taylor, what do you think about that? I mean, that we didn't give up the prospects.
I think it's crazy. I think the thing that really screwed up the market this year was a couple teams that overpaid for relievers.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the market became skewed because these guys had to, all these desperate teams overpaid for relievers and wait a second, hold on. We've got these relievers, or we've got these prospects, and is our 4 best prospects really worth Chris Sale? I don't think so. I mean, you've got this one guy named Kershaw who's pretty good. And then from there, I mean, we've got a manageable, reasonable rotation. I don't know if gutting the farm system for a Chris Sale is worth it.
So I think the Giants gave up a lot for not much. And, I want the Dodgers to be good for a long time, not just this year. I understand wanting to win now, but at what point do you mortgage everything in the future for winning right now?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in a way, it makes sense, but it's been 28 years, so Dodger fans are restless.
I'm not okay.
You're not okay with that?
I'm not okay.
Well, Albert doesn't like prospects.
Well-known, documented fact. Yeah. I don't care for prospects.
But prospects turn into the players
Some
they turn into.
do, maybe, kind of, sort of.
Well, we're hoping that our, GM and our, player personnel people know who those prospects are that are turning into somebody.
That's what we're hoping, but I mean, Seager turned out well.
Yes.
Urias came up, and he's been doing well, minus the control. But Guerrero, domestic violence. Yasiel Puig, getting sent down to the minors.
Well, this regime didn't pick up Puig. That's not on them.
I'm just very anti-Cuban players at the moment.
Okay.
They're not panning out the way they're supposed to.
I get that part, too. So, the question is, yes... These are rentals. I mean, Rich Hill's 36, 37.
He's 36 years old.
He's a rental. He's a good pitcher, like you said.
When he's pitching.
But he's only pitched how many innings this?
76 innings for this guy. He had a groin injury. Now he's got, blisters all over his hands.
Maybe down the stretch, he's as good as... If he can pitch better than Kazmir...
Right.
And be the number 2?
He's got an ERA of 2.2. I mean, in the American League, that's really good.
That's really good. So at Dodger Stadium, he's going to be even better.
Let's hope so.
And National League hitters aren't going to know him at all in terms of pitching.
Now, Jesse Chavez, we picked him up from Toronto.
I think that's a good pickup.
Why? He's never had an ERA under 4.
No, I think that's good. We need another bullpen arm. What do you think on that,
I don't think having an arm for the sake of having an arm is a good idea when your ERA is over 4. Your career ERA is over 4.
That's in the American League. He'll be down in the 3.5.
His biggest issue this year is he's given up home runs. He's given up 9 home runs in 27 innings, but 7 of them were in Rogers Center. So, I mean...
Yeah,
that place, Toronto's a hitter's ballpark. He comes to Chavez Ravine. I think he'll regress kind of back, which will be a good thing. I think that's kind of what the Dodgers were hoping with that his regression will help. And, I mean, they only gave up Mike Bolsinger, who, let's be honest, hadn't been doing very well for us this year. So I feel like that's a low-risk, high-reward type move.
Are we going to see Andre Ethier back with the Dodgers? I mean, this Reddick thing probably wouldn't have happened. I feel like Andre's a better player than Reddick. But before we get in, ask Taylor on this. I mean, I like what Reddick brings to the table in terms of the heart and hustle. We got
two of them now.
We got two now. And I think he's going to be a good clubhouse guy. I feel like he's going to fit. He and Justin Turner are going to be buddies quick. These guys are kind of get dirty players. So this is a clubhouse pickup, I think, and it's a motivational pickup. But Ethier is, if he can come back at all, he's a better player than Reddick, I think. I mean, he has proven it throughout his career.
If Reddick wants to win over the fans in Los Angeles the way he has in Oakland,
he'll come on our show.
First of all, he can come on the show, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he has to change his avatar to what Snyder made for him. Our friend over at Vince Scully Avenue podcast, Snyder, he made the Photoshop Reddick.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It's great. So Reddick should change his avatar to the Photoshop. That's not even Photoshop. It's an MS Paint picture of himself. The way all the other Dodger players were doing that as they got traded.
Yeah.
That will have the Dodger community accept him as one of us.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's better. I think he's better than Ethier would have been this year. Although, I mean, we can't really tell. I mean, Ethier was killing it in spring training before he turned into, glass bones and couldn't work anymore. But I think you guys are right on that. I think Reddick's going to be the dude that, comes up with a big hit or a hustle double or something like that changes the complexion of the team. Puig used to be that guy, but he hasn't produced, and it was kind of tough. I mean, there were times when Puig was running around the bases, the wild horse. It really pumped everybody up, but I think Reddick will be that guy consistently. And, he tweeted out yesterday, let's go win a division. So, I mean, I can't hate on the guy too much.
So do you think these 4 players that we acquired, do you think they're worth what we gave up? And do you feel that we can win the division? Right now, we're 2 games out, 2.5 up on the Miami Marlins for the wild card. We were listed as 23% chances to make the playoffs. That put us third in the National League behind the Giants and behind the Cubs.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think a lot of the things that we needed are coming off the DL. Kike Hernandez, if we can get Kershaw back, although Farhan said don't count on it. I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff the Dodgers needed was there. They just needed to get healthy. And these last couple of moves, Rich Hill kind of bolstering the rotation and Sanchez and the other guy from Houston to kind of just fit into the bullpen. I think those are the moves that will help during the stretch run, and then in the playoffs, I mean, it's just a crapshoot. You just got to get into the tournament and then go from there. Who knows?
So maybe these injuries could be a good thing where we're technically resting these guys due to injury in the middle of the summer. They can come back late August, help us in September, and then we can make a playoff push in October.
That's one way to look at it. I don't know. Some people may not see it that way, but, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense.
All right, Taylor, straight up, do we win the World Series this year? If your answer is not yes, I don't trust you.
Yes, I'm going to say yes. I had to think about the Cubs a little bit, but...
No, the Cubs are cursed. The Cubs will never win anything.
The Cubs are beatable. We can do it.
If the Cubs win the World Series, be careful because the rapture is coming.
I got to watch out and get my zombie apocalypse stuff ready to go. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you do. Guys, all right, but that's all the time we got on today's show. We're going to go to the gift of the day. Our gift of the day, this is a preseason KHL game. We're like, why the fuck are you talking about hockey in a Dodger episode? Because I miss hockey, and it's the middle of the summer, and this was hilarious. This guy goes up for a penalty shot, but he sticks the puck to his stick and then spears it like a fucking javelin past the goaltender, which I thought was actually pretty funny. All right, guys, well, that's been our show. Don't forget to stalk Taylor on Twitter at Dodgers Reddit. Why don't you go visit the Reddit forums and talk shit there about the Dodgers. You can find us now on iTunes, SoundCloud. Oh, the contest. Duh. Hey, guys, remember the Kenta Maeda bobblehead that we're going to give away? We're going to give it away thanks to Curtis Stage because he went out there and got it, and we're going to give it to you guys. So stay tuned. We're going to give it away on the Twitter. You can stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. And yeah, look out for this because we need you guys to subscribe to our channel and do us a favor. Give us some ratings on the iTunes. That way people can see how awesome we are, or not so awesome if you don't think we are. But yeah, if you want the Kenta Maeda bobblehead, hit us up on the Twitter. We're going to post up the contest. Subscribe to the channel. Stalk us on Twitter. And you guys have a good night.